Hello.
Hello.
There you go. That's better.
I don't like this music.
It's our theme song. You have to like it.
Oh God, the internet
You're
is
listening
for
to the Dr. No Show on WHITradio.org.
What's the Dr. No Show?
That's what we're here for. Hello, you're listening to WHITradio.org. I am your host, Tyler Law, and here are my co-friends, Tristan Ventura.
Hello, Tyler.
Hello. Caleb.
What's up?
Ned.
Hello.
And we have Aaron over there on the board.
I am here.
Yes, you are. Okay, today we're going to be doing a show on some ancient, civilizations. So we're going to be starting off with, I guess we can just do a little talk about prehistoric man.
Correct.
And, so prehistoric man was basically, we're going to be talking about, civilizations and their contributions to communication and just life in general. So prehistoric man was just, how we started. We all came from, where was it? Somewhere in Africa?
I think North Africa.
North Africa, the Great Rift Valley.
Sounds right.
That's where we all were born.
Well,
And
I
then
was born in the Philippines. So.
Well, no one cares. And then we all just kind of spread out from there, and then we start with the first civilization. Aaron, you're gonna take that away.
Okay, so we're talking about Mesopotamia.
The first civilization that was located around the Fertile Crescent. If we could have a map, that'd
That's
be cool. but we don't
Iran
have
and Iraq.
one. Around that
Just
area.
about.
Yeah.
That's where it is today.
I think it was in between
The
Tigris and
The Tigris and the Euphrates
and the
rivers.
Yeah.
Euphrates, that's it. Yeah. So they
Thank you,
they
Mauricio.
relied on irrigation because since they had two rivers right there, why would you not just you can use that to your advantage, right?
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Seems like common sense. Not
It's
gonna
kinda
make wheels when you don't need wheels.
What?
I don't
You
know.
know
I
it.
think you always need
What?
wheels.
No, I don't need wheels.
You basically need wheels for everything.
Your chair has wheels.
I don't
Oh.
need wheels on this chair because I have a river.
And anyway, they had the first written language, which was cuneiform.
Uniform.
Cuneiform.
Cuneiform,
How is it
cuneiform.
written?
It's the same
Cuneiform,
thing.
No, it's
tomato,
not.
You're not the
tomato,
same thing.
demi
Aren't they?
lovato.
It's
How did they
Potato,
use? How
potato.
did they write?
it was
cuneiform?
like wedges. They used wedges on tablets,
What kind of tablets?
stone tablets,
No, clay.
clay
Clay.
tablets. It's,
Aaron, did you do any research?
of course I did, but I'm
They would
mixing
take
stuff up,
clay
okay?
tablets, right, and then with a wedge shaped.
Yeah, they
tool,
would.
leave them out to
They would
dry.
harden the
Wedge
clay
tool.
They would loosen the clay tablets with the heat. Then they'd write on it with the wedge-shaped stylus, and then they would harden it in the sun. And then they just use that for giving it to people.
Thank you, Mr.
Exactly.
Amaruso.
All right.
Yes,
all
I have
right.
Polito.
This
So
broadcast brought to you by Amaruso's class.
I have Polito. Right, Ned.
He's too busy staring at stuff on his computer.
even though they had that, most of them couldn't read anyway. So
Only the rich and the famous.
the nobles, and
No,
the
I think it
warriors,
was just
and the
like high priests.
and-
No, even the high priests and stuff couldn't read it. It was specific scribes
it
that
was
could
like-
read.
It was just
They
special
would be
people.
special. They
you
were
had,
special.
You had
Oh,
to be
okay.
awesome.
You
in
had
order
to be
You'd have to be
special.
either really royal, and even them sometimes wouldn't even be able to read.
Yeah.
But all
Well,
right,
what do you expect?
They were
It's the
really,
alphabet.
really,
These people.
really religious.
they were.
They just everything was religious.
Did they
Alright.
believe in an afterlife?
They had just
They
you
did not
didn't-
focus
you just
on the
died.
afterlife.
What about the gods?
The gods were immortal though. They didn't die though. Once you
Oh,
died,
that's
you
what
were
immortal means.
once you died, you were just
They
dead.
were immortal and they didn't die. At the
Once you
same
died, you
time.
were dead. Once they died, they didn't.
You
Once
don't
you did.
say.
Once they died, they did. Okay, I think we're done with Mesopotamia.
Exactly.
I killed him to death.
I brought him back to life with death.
We have some special guests.
When he died.
Hey,
Oh, you
It's
guys have
Steven
anything to
and
say about
Richie.
Mesopotamia?
Talk about Mesopotamia. Talk about Mesopotamia.
The mics are off.
No,
the mics are on.
We're on.
We're on
What
air.
the hell are you doing?
We are
Oh, that
actually on air
microphone
now.
right
This
there.
is during the show.
This was on?
Thanks a lot for
Now it's on.
inviting us, Richie and Steve.
We have some.
Yeah.
Hello?
We got Richie
Hello.
and
Steven.
Steven.
This is Steven on the mic.
Chicas.
Say hi, Steven.
Steven
Chicas.
Chicas.
They're all lies. We now have
All right.
6
so
members
yeah.
to the show.
Here
Let's
comes our
move on to the
conspiracy.
next
Seven.
civilization.
7. Yes. so.
Who do we have? What do we have
All right.
next?
Who was after Mesopotamia?
Caleb with Egypt.
All right.
Egypt.
So
That's all.
basically, all life centers
Egypt,
around
Egypt is located in Egypt.
yes.
Okay.
North Africa.
The bacon people.
Just giving you a
Around the
geography
Nile.
lesson.
Well, basically, all life centered around the Nile River, and that was because every year it flooded, and the water would enrich the soil, and then the Egyptians could farm.
And they all had bacon.
Yes.
yes,
River equals bacon.
yes. Flood
Bacon?
equal
I
bacon.
like bacon.
Bacon.
Their main crop was bacon.
The main export from Egypt is bacon. The first ruler of no,
Mr. Emperor Bacon. Okay.
the Pharaoh,
thought
the
they had
Pharaoh
pharaohs.
bacon.
Tyler,
yeah.
don't you descend from like the bacon people?
Oh yes, my great ancestor, Mr. Bacon Law, is in fact one of the first creators of bacon. Yes, and since then we've branched out to become
Epic
bacon. Whoa, what is this? Twilight Zone. Okay.
All right.
back to
I'll
Egypt.
continue.
Egyptian bacon.
I thought Egyptians couldn't.
If the floods were too high, then they would destroy homes and cities, and if the floods were too low, then the soil wouldn't be fertile enough. So the floods usually had to be.
Didn't they relate their
Just-
gods?
Yes. They their gods. They had major gods, which were like gods of the sun and the flood and floods and stuff like that.
Amun-Ra?
Yes. And then there were other minor gods of like animals or plants or other specific things.
Bacon.
Yeah, they had the god of bacon,
Oh,
Okay.
The
guy Oh.
Bacon.
the god of
That was the bacon god.
yes.
I'd
All
love
right.
to be in.
The bacon god. That'd be pretty cool. But okay. we're
I'm
getting off
hungry now.
topic. No one. Okay.
All right.
Someone get this man a bacon.
Oh, also they invented hieroglyphs, helped
Which
them to
were-
communicate. Oh, it was basically like
Wait,
pictorial language.
Tristan, are you Egyptian?
No. Why would you say that?
Because I'm pretty sure. Wait, didn't the other day you just tell me that you were
No, I'm pretty sure I'm Filipino and Chinese.
Filipino
Chinese?
Yeah.
We've been friends for 6 years. You never told me you were
One
Chinese.
Wow.
Asian
Breaking
Chinese. Well, I
news.
recently found out myself like 3 months ago. I couldn't believe it
that's
either.
Wait, Tristan, don't you believe in like the bacon god?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well,
It's
besides,
Ni hao.
yeah.
pork is of course
Ni hao Kai Lan.
bacon god.
Oh.
Ni hao
one of
bacon.
my
Exact.
Ni hao
favorite
Kai bacon.
hobbies. What?
So back to Egypt. And the
Yeah,
bacon.
the hieroglyphs was basically like a pictorial language just made out of pictures and other signs.
Like emoticons.
Goodbye to Stephen and Richie.
Yes, like emoticons.
Thank you for coming in. Like kind of like emoticons, like the smiley
Like
face.
when you go on AIM, you could just make any picture you want.
Yeah,
That's
like,
exactly how
So if I
hieroglyphs
wanted to
work.
go on AIM and I write hieroglyphs, how would that work?
Then it would be
LOL
a smiley face with a man carving into a rock with
What?
a bacon chisel.
Oh, of
Writing
course. But of
LOL
course,
smiley
bacon.
face.
Yes.
All right. So some of the rulers of Egypt were like the most famous is
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun. Yeah.
Oh,
Then there was what's it called?
Fa-
What was his name?
Who was the only female?
Akhenaten.
Who
Was
was
the
the,
guy-
Mountain.
Akhenaten.
who's
the
the
guy
only
that-
female emperor again?
Cleopatra.
I'm
Oh,
Cleopatra.
Hey, Ned, do some research. Some Cleopatra. Want to read in some facts about her?
Oh, then
Google.
Akhenaten,
Never use
the guy
Bing.
that brought forth the one
Right.
god.
Oh
who
yes,
tried
yes,
changing
yes.
everything.
I can talk about him. Akhenaten. He when he became emperor, pharaoh, he introduced polytheism. Or
And
was
more
it,
bacon.
No,
He introduced monotheism into Egypt, which was the first time that ever happened.
And more bacon.
And
Okay, enough from you, Aaron.
And basically, the god he believed in was Aten, and he forced all of Egypt to also serve him.
And he like went throughout all the churches, burning down all the other gods.
Okay,
and all
Ned
that
is ready
funny
with
stuff.
some facts for us about Cleopatra. Give us some random information. Wow.
I'm sorry. Google.com.
Or we could move on to the next civilization. We still got some more
Ned,
to
this
cover.
is all your fault.
Okay.
All right, let's move on. Who
All right,
was the next
who got
civilization?
Greece?
I have.
Actually, how about we just read some about Cleopatra or something that you had.
Cleopatra? Okay.
Just because we're about to go on a commercial break, just leave them with some facts.
Okay, so Cleopatra. Do you want Cleopatra the 7th?
We just want
Cleopatra
Cleopatra,
is
dude.
Cleopatra, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's Cleopatra.
Cleopatra's
so-
Cleopatra.
Alright. She's actually Greek.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I know.
she-
Yeah, I do know
She
that.
came
yeah.
with
Okay.
who did she run away with or
No,
something?
she ran away
Oh
with
no,
Caesar,
Macedonia.
but that was
Is there
Rome.
one
gone
for
to
Rome?
Egypt with
So,
Alexander the Great.
Cleopatra was the last pharaoh of ancient Egypt. She was a member of the Ptolemaic dynasty.
The Ptolemaic, yeah. After,
dynasty.
yes, yes.
because after Egypt was taken over
15
by
seconds.
what's his name?
What?
Alexander the Great, all that
Alexander
stuff.
the
Of it. All right, so we're about to take a commercial break, and when we get back, we're gonna go on with the great civilizations of Greece,
And
Rome, and then we're gonna go into the Renaissance or the Dark
No,
Ages.
Dark Ages.
The
They're
Dark
different
Ages.
from the Renaissance.
There's.
It's like the
We'll
exact
do the
opposite.
Renaissance. So we'll do it too. All right, we'll come back.
All right, see you
No.
later, guys.
Not later.
Well,
2 minutes.
and
Just in a minute. Just in a minute.
Hi, I'm Joanne Woodward. Ever notice how many things in life happen in a circle? The seasons, revolving credit, hula hoops, the spinning of the circle we call Earth, and recycling. Together, we've already made a difference. Sorting glass, plastic, separating cans, stacking newspapers. Now there are lots of products made from things we've already recycled. A paperclip, in a more daring life, a 56 convertible. A cereal box, once your Sunday paper. It all goes back to the circle. It starts when we recycle trash at home and at work. It's completed when we buy products made from recycled materials. How do you know the difference? Check the label for something called post-consumer recycled content. Then buy the highest percentage of it you can find. You'll save a tree, you'll save energy, and in your own way, you'll help save the world. Complete the circle.
For your free Buy Recycled shopping guide, call 1-800-2-RECYCLE. A message from the Ad Council and Environmental Defense. Finding the ways that work.
Can I call myself? I'm gonna call line
call.
1.
Oh, really? Wait for the teams on the end.
Wait, what?
That's 7th period, right?
And we're back. We just
We are back.
we just had a short commercial break after discussing some of the first civilizations that ever were, with the prehistoric man, just living in the caves, eating dirt. Then we moved on to Mesopotamia, the first ever civilization, the cuneiform, and just like first language. Then we did a little bit of Egypt with their leaders, the great Cleopatra, who wasn't that great because she was the last empress, but we did everything from there. And now we're about to do one of the best civilizations ever invented.
Invented.
Bacon Land?
Ancient Greece.
Bacon Land?
Enough with
All right,
bacon.
here you go, Ned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Floor
it's
is
kinda
yours.
I focus really on the philosophers of Greece and some.
Because they were the main things that like.
Who were they?
All right, in order, there were Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle.
How do you know about Socrates?
Okay, so Socrates was the first out of all the three.
I said how, not what.
From Bill and Ted.
From
Okay.
records.
Because he didn't write anything.
Well,
yes, I
other
did.
people
I just
wrote about
a
him.
People
paper,
wrote
I'm
about
so
him.
sorry.
There
and
you
their
go.
drawings of him, and
I was
he's in the
just
textbook.
texting you.
it's in the textbook.
So I got this
Sure,
from my
Marissa told us
notes
so.
and
Oh,
a
for
little bit of
real?
Wikipedia. And his student was Plato.
Don't
and
tell us you're on Wikipedia.
Oh
That
no
is
no no
the
no!
mo-
Because that's
really-
good because we're talking about philosophy. And
Please
first
tell us.
link on Wikipedia in every article, if you click the first link outside
Not
of
inside
parentheses,
parentheses.
yeah, outside of parentheses,
cited
it
it.
all
Ned is
leads.
now using.
It all leads to philosophy.
Ned is now
So
using
how
one of
about
the
them
sources
Socrates?
off
What?
of Wikipedia, not actual Wikipedia.
Socrates.
Socrates.
Well, first let's talk about a little bit of the culture of Greece. Greece was, as many know, polytheistic. Many people know the gods Zeus, Poseidon,
Aphrodite,
Hades,
Apollo, Ares.
Aphrodite,
yada, yada, yada.
blah, blah, blah. And that's just really what they did. And then they had their. I don't really know many Greece rulers.
Greece.
Greek rulers.
Well,
What about
well, besides Alexander the
Leonidas?
Great, oh yeah, Greece was mainly split up onto 7 mountains.
Yeah, correct.
No, yeah, 7
Seven
mountains.
City-state.
And,
City-state.
and the edge
Mostly
mountain was
out
like
of
a different
city-states.
city-state. You had like Sparta, the great warrior state, and then
It
you
was
had
like a
like
big military
Athens.
Bills.
essentially.
They were
This
built.
is
They were
Sparta.
built. Those guys
You've
had
seen
abs
Deadliest
on
Warrior?
abs on
They
abs.
won for the ancient, freaking.
And then like the polar opposite of the Spartans were the Athenians, which were
Athenians.
Athenians. Doesn't matter.
Athens
Yes,
is
it-
actually
no.
the capital of Greece. Just
Yes.
saying.
Neither.
It is, yeah. Athens
Neither.
was like
Neither,
a trading
neither.
colony.
I think it's
Athens,
neither.
Essentially, they were all by the navy.
And they were
Sparta was landlocked.
yes, the navy. They were just like they were just like
They're all
arts and
waterworks.
crafts.
They were all
A bunch of little
waterworks.
wussies. Then you go over to Sparta.
Gotta be manly.
Hoorah!
Call of Duty reference.
No.
It's a Halo reference. Okay,
So, who's seen Call of Duty
back
Black
to-
Ops 2?
that looks like a bad game.
It is a bad game.
Futuristic
No,
warfare.
it's
Okay,
stupid.
sorry.
Wow, we are going from ancient civilizations to futuristic Black Ops 2.
Thanks a lot,
There's
Ned.
flying robots. What is this?
It's not a flying robot.
And how
It's
did
a
Woods
helicopter
survive?
with 4 rotors.
Woods
What are
dove
we
into an
talking
explosion. Now
about?
he's like an old. Okay. 1, 2. My anger management person told me to
Focus.
Okay, back to Greece
So,
philosopher.
Plato, he was a student of Socrates,
Right.
and he was the founder of the academy in Athens. He focused
You're not
mainly,
even writing anything.
excuse me, he focused mainly on philosophy, logic, ethics, rhetoric, and mathematics.
Sounds like you're reading that.
You should have researched this before we got here.
Says the
I
kid that
don't
they,
ha- I
says
don't
the
have
kid
my
that told us
paper.
that they wrote on stone with a wedge.
Well, I'm sorry.
I even gave you my notes.
I
Okay.
just messed up. I meant to say clay.
No, you didn't.
And-
Okay,
Yes,
back
I
to
did.
Egypt. No, we done with Egypt.
Back to Egypt.
Sorry.
Greece.
Okay, Greece.
We were
Okay,
really
Greece.
disorganized.
And the last out of all
It's
the
okay.
three was Aristotle. He was the student of Plato, and he taught Alexander the Great. And he covered mostly on physics, metaphysics, poetry.
Snake.
What's
theater.
metaphysics?
Yeah, what is
Severus
that?
What is
Snape.
math?
Alright, I'm gonna click
It's
it.
kind of like
Hold
normal
on.
physics.
You're gonna click it. How do you
Severus
click
Snape.
metaphysics?
Like
Dumbledore.
wombology.
Snape.
Metaphysics is a branch of
Severus
philosophy concerned with
Dumbledore.
explaining
It's
the
like
fundamental
We could do that
wombology.
nature
right
being
now.
and the world.
There's 5 of us. We could
I
actually
took
do
that in
that.
first
Save
grade,
it for the
Aaron.
end.
Say,
I'm
we have a
prepared.
special surprise
Everyone
at
did.
the end of the show for you guys.
So,
Okay. So, what was Socrates mostly known for? What was the?
Oh.
No, Aristotle. Aristotle. What did he do? Which was
kind
kind of cool.
Well,
no,
his
the main
work-
thing. Oh, you know.
What?
Who did he teach?
Aristotle
winning.
teach
taught Alexander the Great.
the
Who
Alexander the Great.
Ended up being one of the world's greatest warrior
Rulers,
kings,
warriors,
emperors.
yada, yada,
Ever.
yada.
I did a
Then he
research
died.
paper on him. He was pretty cool,
Yes.
actually. Then he died of
Aristotle's work
syphilis.
was
Cool dude.
actually
Something.
extended
He's a
throughout
pretty
the
cool dude.
Renaissance.
Why did everyone die
What?
of syphilis?
I'm sorry.
According to Miss Gilmartin, everybody has
Everybody.
syphilis.
Everyone
We all
has
have
syphilis.
syphilis.
Fame and fortune comes with syphilis. That's the bad part. Okay, wait. What were you saying, Ned?
So, Aristotle's work was actually extended through the Renaissance, but until the Renaissance, his ideas were actually replaced by Newtonian laws, as we all know as
I don't
Stupid
know.
Newtonian laws.
They're not
I
stupid.
don't know anything.
What are the first 3 laws
You
of
have to
Newton?
teach me, Ned. I don't know anything.
Oh, Newton. What goes up must come
Isaac
down, and all that
Newton,
stuff.
right?
Yeah,
Oh.
Isaac, you the guy with the
From down.
apple?
What you hit will come
So
back
why
and
wouldn't have
kick
they
you
just been the Newton laws?
What?
What?
Why do they have to be like Newtonian? Just say Newton.
It's more
Okay, we're moving on to the next civilization. We're gonna mute Aaron's mic, maybe.
I'm controlling
He's the one
the
who's
mics.
controlling the
Alright,
boards.
so okay, now the next civilization we have after the Greece people fell. No, they never really. No,
oh,
Greece.
No,
The
Greece,
ancient
no.
Greece just
they just
chill. They
eventually
just
they
they can't
stopped.
chill.
slided down.
Yeah, they just
Kinda
they
just
just
stock market.
They kind of
stagnated.
stopped.
They just kind of went straight. And then came the greatest civilization of all, Rome.
I don't think that.
Bacon.
I
You don't think
that.
Rome was the greatest?
Baconville.
America.
Well, I'm just saying Rome because it
Bruh.
influenced us so much. Like the Rome
The
government, the Senate,
government, yeah.
which
Okay.
makes up our government, and their
Good
laws,
point.
the
Okay.
legislation, and all that stuff. They had the first newspaper, the Forum, which is like
Mhm.
where everybody went to chill, kind of like a mall.
Let's chill
It's
out.
like yeah, it's a chilling place.
Isn't that where Caesar got stabbed?
People were bros.
He
No,
did
he got stabbed
Did we
in
get
the
to Caesar
hallway
yet,
of
bro?
his palace, I
Yeah.
thought.
He got that stabbed
No,
27
he got
times.
stabbed in the forum 37
Wait,
times.
are we talking about?
in the chest.
Are we talking
in
about
the
50 Cent?
chest by his
Got
50
shot.
Cent.
Got shot 15 times in the back. 11 or whatever it was.
All right, so
like
Rome,
Tupac.
Rome started off as just like city-states, kind of like Greece, and then they eventually all like came together under 2 kings as a republic.
Yes.
Caesar.
And
Whoa,
they had
2
a
kings?
yeah. They first had 2 kings because it was
First,
like one
it
for
was the military and the
yes, one for military, and
dude.
one for state. So like one of them would stay, and one would be like a general out in the war.
Oh.
And then they also like they had the class of the plebeians and the patricians.
Yes.
Patrician.
Yeah, the
Rubies,
patricians.
yeah,
Patrician.
The patricians were the upper class, which would be in like the Senate, and the plebeians were the lower class, which would just be in like everywhere, just poor people.
like me.
Yes.
Aaron
Okay.
is a poor person.
No, I think we'd all be plebeians.
Yeah, everyone would be a plebeian
Correct.
here.
Unless
There
you're
was
I would
like
be
middle
a
class?
I would be an
I'd
Is
be,
there a
I'd be a
middle-
slave.
If you're middle class, what are you?
aristocrat.
All right, so as they grew in power, eventually they decided to become an empire. But first there was Julius Caesar, which was one of Rome's most famous like rulers.
And
He was their dictator.
37 times in the chest.
We're not up to his death yet, Aaron. Okay.
Okay, talk about him first.
So yeah, he had to verse against the Treyarch. What's it called? The
Treyarch.
Triumvirate.
Oh, okay.
Triumvirate.
Let's talk about
Triumvirate.
Treyarch.
Sure.
You got me thinking about
Triumvirate.
Call of Duty and how bad it is. Okay, yeah, the Triumvirate was, what was it? Julius Caesar.
The first triumph.
I think it was
which
Julius
made out of
It was 3
Caesar.
liters.
No,
There was,
Mark
it was three
Antony.
different
And
rulers.
then there's this other guy. Starts with a P.
Lebedetus?
Pompey, I think.
Pompey.
Pompey?
Julius Caesar,
Dude,
and
Julius Caesar
who?
and
And
Grammar.
Mark Antony.
Mark Antony. Yeah, they all
Yeah.
were like fighting for
They're all
the.
buddy.
Yeah, they were buddy until
buddy.
they buddy until Julius Caesar was all like, okay, Pompey, I think you should retire. Okay, so he left, and then Mark Antony's all like, Julius, if you come into this place with your army, I'm gonna fight you, and he's okay. So he came in and just like beat them all
And he
up,
fought him.
and Julius Caesar won, and he was the first dictator, but he preferred to be called an emperor, but he really wasn't, because he didn't do anything.
Silly
really yet.
emperor.
Thank you for that.
Emperor.
But and then when he died, stabbed 37 times in the
Aaron,
chest.
would you like to tell us about
37
that?
times in the chest.
Thank you for repeating me.
He
And
must
then
have had Commando
by
Pro.
Oh, did they make a Call of Duty reference?
Then-
What happened? What did you say? What did you
by
say?
it was by his friend Brutus. Et tu Brute. Everybody knows that clear quote. And
Yes,
then
yes.
Which means
this,
And
you too, Brutus.
yes.
And you, Bruce.
It means and you.
Well, you know,
To
English
Brute.
translation.
Yeah.
Means and
But
you.
how we see it is you
It's
two
and you.
And
You
you.
too.
and you two, good band. Okay. Then his son was the first real emperor, Augustus Caesar.
Who named? I thought
Thank
he
you
was
again,
Octavian.
Aaron. What?
I thought he was Octavian.
Octavian.
Oh, we're going
I
to commercial
guess we're
break.
going to a commercial
I
break.
did.
Thanks for the warning, Aaron. On the board, we'll be right back with the rest of Rome, and then we're gonna do the Dark Ages. Thank you, Aaron, for the heads up.
Marissa!
I could have finished
Let's
Rome.
go!
The lady's name
You
was
are
Marissa.
not
and that
missing
reminded me
school
of
again.
Johnny Left Marissa. D-I-V-O-R-C.
All right then, hit it. I know you can hear this. Cut that noise, yo! I'm coming. Took you long enough.
Hey, whatever it takes. Don't let your friends drop out. For more ways to help, go to OperationGraduation.com. A public service message from the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
Welcome back.
Oh, wait for it. Welcome back. We just went over a little bit of Rome. Just gonna finish that up right here. Okay, yeah. Then we were talking about Julius Caesar and like the government and everything. Then Rome became an empire ruled by Augustus, Octavian. It was he had two different names. It was
One
weird.
of, yeah,
It was
same
complicated.
person. Same person.
Yeah, basically. And he just with communication, it was like the first. He built roads and. What are you playing with your thing? He built roads. He built lighthouses. He built like the Colosseum.
Caleb, give
which
it
What
is
did you do to the
very famous now.
microphone?
It's like just forget about it, Aaron. It's okay.
How would this
Just
sound
forget
pretty
about
bad
it.
if this was not a word.
Okay, their religion, which was famous. They eventually became Christian.
Famous religion.
You know, they had a religion. They believed in it. No, it was kind of like Greek, but they just changed the
Super
names. They kind of
religion.
cheated.
Yeah,
but
they
they just cheated.
they just changed the name of the gods.
Yeah, they just changed the names. and a
Zeus
little bit of the
was
stars.
who was
Oh,
Jupiter.
God.
Jupiter.
Jupiter.
Zeus was Jupiter. Hera was Mars, I believe.
That's also
No,
how
I
we
don't
get
know.
our
Let's
Mary
not
and
give the
Mars.
audience false information. But
That's also how we get our planet's names.
yay. Okay, yeah.
Earth come from?
You know.
I don't
God
know.
Earth. Okay,
Space.
and then the
No, don't use
Constantine was the first emperor to introduce Christianity to the Roman Empire, and then yada yada yada. He split Diocletian came, split Rome in half, and
In half.
eventually just that wasn't a good idea
The West
apparently.
side
The
So
just
Roman
died.
Empire
West
was
side.
on the west
West
Okay, I
side
have the
and
actual names for
east
you
side.
guys.
The west side died.
East side became
basically.
Byzantine, which
I-
went on to become Russia and all that good goody. We have
The
Test
West
on that
Side
on
died.
Tuesday. Don't forget.
I'm here to redeem myself. I have the actual Roman names for the Greek gods. Okay.
Here we go.
What?
A couple
You have
of
30 seconds before Tristan goes
Apollo
on.
was
1,
Apollo.
2,
Ares was Mars.
4.
Artemis is
Athena,
Diana. Athena is
Minerva.
Minerva. Demeter.
9,
Ceres, Hades
11,
is Pluto.
12.
You skipped the number.
Hephaestus
Vulcan,
was
Hera,
Vulcan.
Skipping too many
16,
people.
17, 18, 19, 20,
Hestia is
21, 22, 23,
Vesta,
24, 25,
Kronos
26,
Tyler,
27,
is the
Poseidon.
You missed a
Time's
number.
up.
Was
What
Neptune.
number?
You missed
Zeus
a
is
number.
Jupiter, see?
The one in between 13 and 14.
13, 14,
Hera was
14,
Juno. There you
15.
go, Juno.
There you go.
Juno.
Oh, like that movie.
Like the girl that
Juno.
got pregnant.
Oh, you
Ellen
know.
Page.
You know what I mean.
She's my favorite actress. I love her.
Oh, you know what I mean.
All right, we're gonna go on to Tristan with you know
The Dark
the Dark Ages, where everything went downhill. Kinda, not really.
No, yeah, it went downhill and they just kind of stopped. Like
Stupid
when
Christians.
SpongeBob hit rock bottom.
You mean after the movie?
Oh!
He was talking about the
I
episode.
forgot that. I was talking about the episode.
Oh yeah, that one.
But
too.
okay.
I don't understand
Your
your accent.
Yeah,
Okay.
So the Dark Ages was like the time.
That wasn't me. That was Aaron.
Shut up, Aaron.
My mic was off,
Oh really?
Keep
Why
it
is it
on.
on now?
Then why did you turn it on?
Yes.
so I can tell you it was off.
Did we give you permission to turn? Just
You turned it on to tell us it was off, but that'd be false because then now it's actually on.
This statement is false.
That's a paradox.
If it's false, then it's true. If it's true, then it means it's
Race
false.
car
I thought we were
battery
supposed to be talking
charged
about the
car.
Dark Ages. Let's talk about paradoxes instead.
The sentence.
No, Dark
after-
Ages. Let's go. Dark
the next
Ages.
sentence is
We
false.
have Tristan with the Dark
The
Ages.
following
Let's go.
sentence is true.
Okay, alright. So after Rome fell, that's basically like Western Rome, not Eastern Rome. Everything kind of just died.
In West,
Like,
in the West.
yeah,
in
But
the
why?
West.
But why? There has to be a reason.
Because
The Visigoths?
Rome was
Stupid
like
Christians.
the main power and it protected everyone. Then
Hold on,
it
wait.
fell.
Did you say
But-
stupid Christians? Does that even just turn off your
Says
mic?
no.
It doesn't make any
Aaron,
sense.
Aaron,
No,
don't
what
even-
happened
just
was the
leave the
church.
room.
The
Just
church.
leave
That would
the
work
room.
so good.
I'll
Tristan,
take
I
over the
believe
board.
The
that
church didn't do
Crusades had
anything. The
something to
church,
do
like,
with the
was
fall.
their
They
new
controlled all the
rulers.
knowledge, and that's what made it go the Dark Ages.
Why couldn't you say stupid church?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
It was
radio
the
is
Christian
about
church.
is about
It
opinions.
was the Christian church.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean all the Christians did. Okay.
I
we're
just
gonna
meant
ignore
then. I
Aaron.
didn't mean
to the Dark
now. I
Ages.
love
Okay,
Christians.
Blah.
Blah, indeed.
Okay, so
Blah.
yeah, like Aaron was saying, the church was a really big power, and anything they didn't agree on, they would, I think, suppress.
They killed.
They even had like all these witch hunters and whatnot.
Those are pretty funny.
Yeah.
I gotta admit. How they like burn people.
Oh
at
yeah,
the
people
stake.
being burned and thrown into rivers is funny.
There was one
No,
where they
yeah,
would tie.
If, if
You,
they
is
were-
that, you
they
find
were
that
thrown into-
amusing?
You're talking about torture methods, right?
No, witch hunting, yeah.
Japanese water.
Oh, there was
they
this
would
one
throw
where
someone into the water tied to like a rock or something.
That's
if they
pretty brutal.
If they came up, they were a witch. If they died, they were human. Either way, you're
Well, whether we were talking about torture methods or not, there was this one where
Tyler, human.
I thought
they would
stretched
tie.
you.
No, well that's bad. But there was this one that they would tie you. They would tie your body to a huge wooden ball, a massive wooden ball, and then roll you down a mountain. Roll the ball down the mountain so that basically by the end of it you'd be just trampled and you'd be cut up by the rocks and everything, like a mass. Oh, that was good.
Snowball.
And if you lived,
Yeah.
you get burned.
Yes, if you live, then you get stretched.
all right.
What?
Come on, let's continue. We're running out of time.
And then feudalism was like there's only 13 minutes.
We are running out of time.
Feudalism was like the main form of government, and it's
yeah,
like,
where like the lords gave
yeah.
the people, lower people,
kings
lands.
gave lords land who would let people live on it.
And then the people that lived on it had slaves. The slaves
Yeah.
did money. Slaves had children. Children had children. Okay.
Here's the 1 minute
And then-
warning.
After
Thank you,
Thank
Caleb. All right, come on.
and then the Crusades came. Essentially,
Seriously,
that
bro?
like fueled the Renaissance, which was
Yeah.
like a new period of learning. I'm done.
Which is really, it isn't really ancient anymore. We're kind of getting towards modern times. All right, so we did a lot today. Let's have a quick little summary of what we did. A prehistoric man just eating dirt. We went to-
Grunts and
grunts and
groans.
groans to communicate with the people. First tools made by them. We went to Mesopotamia, the first ever spoken language and written language. Went to Egypt, which was like the first main power source, depending on rivers, had a religion. We went to Greece, which was very famous in philosophy and learning and just like culture as we know it. Rome, which is very culture based
it's
and
just
government,
Rome.
and it's
Rome was a
Rome, yeah.
winner.
It's
Rome was a winner.
And then the Dark Ages, where not really much happened. It was dark.
No new.
No, you know what I mean. You know what I
Yeah, it was
mean.
No
Chris-
new
like
knowledge.
Christian
Just
church.
no new knowledge.
Derpy.
Just Christian.
Derpy.
Yeah,
Derpy.
it's a
very,
derpy.
very
Derpy,
derpy
derpy.
period of time.
The derp
Derp
age.
of ages.
The derpy.
And then ancient civilizations came to an end as we know it, and there came the Renaissance.
And electronic communications later.
Electronic communications.
After the
Then
Renaissance.
televisions, then computers, then internet,
And
then
now
the
we're here.
future.
Now we're here doing a radio
And
show.
now there's people
and then
doing
Black
radio
Ops
shows.
2 is in the
Jack the
future.
Brand Game! We're not going to talk about Okay,
Alright.
All right.
I think we're about done now. I'd like to thank Tristan Ventura, Caleb Castillo,
Thank you.
Ned Ventura.
Beltran.
No, you're
Ned
not.
Ven-
Beltran.
He's not
You guys are
related
brothers.
to me.
Aaron Reyes, and I'm your host, Tyler Law. Come back next time. Thank you for watching and listening.
Watching.
I don't know what they're doing.